Welcome to Thought Leaders, featuring interviews with some of the best minds in the industry. Today's special guest is popular platform speaker and best-selling author, Tom Hegna. Hello everyone, I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and talk show host. In this segment, we're talking about how to create a retirement plan with 7 basic steps, all from Tom's book and PBS special, Don't Worry, Retire Happy. Well, Tom, this is your 3rd book. What made you want to write a book about, I got the part on retirement. I thought it was going to be some big, heavy MBA kind of document, white paper. But this is really a great piece for regular people to read this, and even advisors enjoy it.
Yeah, actually, it's my 4th book. But if you want to go back to the history of it, it all goes back really to my very first book, Paychecks and Playchecks. And as you remember, we've talked about this. I didn't really want to write a book, so why did I write a book? Well, here's why. Right now, if a client were to talk to 50 different financial professionals and ask this very simple question, how should I retire? You know what they're likely going to get? 50 different opinions of what they ought to do. Well, retirement's been studied in depth by PhDs like Dr. David Babel of Wharton, Dr. Moshe Milevsky of Toronto, Dr. Menachem Yari of Israel, most recently Dr. Robert C. Merton, a Nobel Prize winner, who was just published in the Harvard Business Review. Well, I've read their research. You know what the research says? There are not 50 optimal ways to retire. There's really one optimal way to retire, and that's not my opinion. It's based on mathematical, scientific, and economic facts. And so that's what Paychecks and Playchecks was kind of about. And it talked about 4 simple steps to retire. Step 1, cover your basic expenses with guaranteed lifetime income. Step 2, optimize the rest of your portfolio to protect yourself against inflation. Step 3, you gotta have a plan for long-term care. And step 4, the most efficient way to pass your wealth to your children, grandchildren, and charities is with life insurance. And if I had to kind of summarize the book, it would be this. What day of the week do you spend the most money? What day of the week you go golfing, you go to Home Depot, you get your nails done, get your hair done? For most people, that's Saturday. Well, see, the day you retire, every day is Saturday. So you're not just going to need paychecks. I would argue you're going to need some playchecks so you can actually enjoy your retirement. Well, I gave that talk about 4 years ago or 3 years ago in San Diego, and there was somebody there from public television. And they said, Tom, we need to take this message out to the American people, but we don't think they're going to understand paychecks and playchecks. We would need a simpler title. So I wrote another book, book number 4, called Don't Worry, Retire Happy. And this has now been shown in over 40 million homes on public television. And I'll kind of give you now the 7 steps. And you say 7, you just said 4. Yeah, this was TV. We had to add a few. But these are the 7 steps to a successful retirement. Step number 1, you got to have a plan. How can you get somewhere if you don't know how to get there, if you don't have a roadmap? Step 2, maximize your Social Security benefits. Step 3, consider a hybrid retirement. Too many people are trying to retire too early. They haven't saved enough money. Step number 4, protect your savings from inflation. Step number 5, secure more guaranteed lifetime income, because your retirement is really about income. It's not about assets. You got to have a plan for long-term care. You got to use your home equity wisely. And then the last piece that I talk about is the importance of using life insurance to transfer your wealth. And that's really what I've talked about all around the country. So if we get into kind of step number 1, you got to have a plan. And here's why. Hartford puts it this way: those who plan for retirement are 3 times more likely to be confident they will have sufficient income in retirement as compared to those who've not planned. So you're going to be more confident, but here's the why behind that. The diagram on the left is the way your parents, for some people their grandparents, retired. The diagram on the right is the way you're going to retire. If you think about it, most of your parents or grandparents worked for the same company for 30 or 40 years. The company, when they retired, the company held a party, presented them with a shiny gold watch, and a guaranteed paycheck every single month for the rest of their life in the form of a pension. They got a very generous Social Security program where they got far more money out than what they ever put in. And if you think about it, most of your parents and grandparents didn't save up a lot of money. You know why? Because they didn't have to. They never talked about the retirement that they saved $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000. They always communicated the retirement in terms of income. We get $2,000 a month. We get $3,000 a month. Retirement's always been communicated in terms of income. But if you compare that to your retirement, many of you will get little or no pension. You will get Social Security, but you're not going to get far more money out than what you ever put in. So your retirement's going to depend on how much money you're able to save. But here's the problem. People know how to save money, they know how to invest money, but they're not very good at turning that income into assets. And one of the things we'll be talking about in the future shows is how important it is to turn assets into income, or turning those assets into income. They're not very good at that. So we'll be talking about that as we go on.
It's always amazing to me. people don't have a plan. I mean, that
Right.
blows my mind. So most of Americans, I saw a third of Americans have no money for retirement. So if they don't have any money, I doubt if they have a plan.
That's right. And when you're setting up your plan, there's a couple questions you want to have answered. What do I need my retirement income to do? And what do I want my retirement income to do? Now, what we need our retirement income to do for all of us, it should cover our basic living expenses. But then, what do we want it to do? So this is the paycheck, but this is the play check where you can actually enjoy your retirement. And if the truth were told, most seniors are not fully enjoying their retirements. And you all know people like this. They're in their 60s, they're in their 70s, they got plenty of money. They don't even touch it. Now, I used to ask them, hey, you told me when you're retired you're going to join the country club, you're going to buy a new boat, you're going to go on a cruise, you're going to see the world. Have you done that yet? And they say no, because just in case. The market's going down, oil prices are low, interest rates are low, just in case. So they're living what I call a just-in-case retirement. And so here's what it looks like. They don't touch their money, they don't touch their money, they don't touch their money, then they die. What happens to money? Goes to kids. What do the kids do with it? They join the country club, they buy a new boat, they go on a cruise, and they see the world. And what I try to tell people is I want you to enjoy that. I do not want you to live a just-in-case retirement.
Well, if you want more information on these 7 steps to retirement in your practice, just go out to our landing page and click on the description right down at the bottom of the video description. We'll be right back with more from Tom Hagner.
This is your website. Few people visit, and if it isn't attracting new visitors, it's not doing its job. Now you can drive more visitors to your website through dynamic content and email marketing with CreativeOne's Social Media Elite. Capture quality leads faster and easier. Engage your visitors with informative articles and videos to boost your online credibility. Plus, stay connected with existing clients and earn more referrals. All content is customized for you. It's time to introduce your website to the world. Call your CreativeOne sales team at 800-992-2642 or visit us online at creativeone.com.
In this segment, we're going to walk through the new Social Security changes and how to maximize your benefits, all from Tom's book and PBS special, Don't Worry, Retire Happy. Well, Tom, let's talk about that because, things are afoot now. The changes have happened, and I'm sure they're not the last changes.
No, and we've done some other shows on Social Security, but let me try to summarize it all in just one quick little bite here. So when it comes to maximizing Social Security benefits, if I were to ask you, what is the largest retirement asset that most clients have? Is it their 401k? Is it their house? Is it their pension? Or is it their Social Security benefit? For the vast majority of Americans, it's their Social Security benefit. If you're single, it can pay you over $500,000 over your lifetime. And if you're married, it can pay over $1 million. Yet people spend more time planning their summer vacation than how to maximize this valuable benefit. Now, I can't make you an expert in 5 minutes on Social Security, but let me try to increase your awareness. The best way I can explain Social Security is this way. Right now, the full retirement age is 66, and for every $1,000 a month you get at age 66, if you were to take it early at age 62, you wouldn't get $1,000, you'd only get $750 a month. But if I could get you to wait a few more years to age 70, you also wouldn't get $1,000 a month, you'd get $1,320. Now let me pull those two out. $750, $1,320, $750, $1,320, $750, $1,320. Stephen, I didn't even put cost of living in there. If you put the normal cost of living in there, what I'm telling you is your check at age 70 is going to be about double what it is at age 62. And yet, what do most people do? They take it early because their buddy at the coffee shop told them to take it early. Now, look, I'm not telling you can't retire at 62. What I'm telling you is you shouldn't take that money at age 62. Why? Because that's the best money can't buy. That will pay you for the rest of your life. When you die, it will pay your spouse for the rest of the spouse's life, plus it's inflation protected. So if you really want to retire at age 62, we need to build a bridge. We need to build an income bridge from 62 to 70. Take your IRA, take your 401k, take your CD money, take your money market money, take money out of your life insurance policy. Maybe a reverse mortgage can fit into there. But build an income bridge from 62 to 70 so that you can save that money till age 70. Now, look, I'm not saying everybody should wait till 70, all right? If you've got a husband and wife, let's say the husband made more money than the wife can take hers at age 62, but the breadwinner should delay till age 70 if possible, because their check covers both lives. Because when the breadwinner dies, the spouse will get that check, and if the breadwinner took the check early, they locked the spouse into a lower survivor benefit. But Steve, as you know, you'll get some people say, well, I'm not going to live that long. Well, the answer is yes, you probably are going to live that long, because when you look at the break even on this, if you were to take it at 66 versus 62, the break even is age 76. If you were to take it age 70 versus 62, the break even is age 79. If you were to take it 70 versus 66, the break even is age 81. Well, Steve, we've talked in other segments that the life expectancy right now for a 65-year-old man is age 86. For a 65-year-old woman, it's age 89. For a 65-year-old couple, it's age 93. And that's only when half the people die. Life expectancy is only when half the people die. So you look at this couple here, they took it at age 62 because their buddies at the coffee shop told them to take it at age 62. It paid them $1 million. Now that's a lot of money, but they missed out on the $1.5 million that they would have got if the breadwinner would have delayed till 70.
Well, that's pretty big disparity here.
It's 50%, it's $500,000. Now, there are 3 benefits that I want you to know before you can maximize your Social Security benefit. The first benefit is how your benefit works. Here's how your benefit works. You have to pay into Social Security for 40 quarters, basically 10 years. Then you're eligible. Once you're eligible, then they're going to look at the average of your highest 35 years. So if you try to retire early at age 52 and you've only got 25 years, the other 10 years are going to be credited with zeros. Maybe you have 35 years, but the first 5 years you were the busboy or the waitress at a restaurant, and now you're a top producing insurance professional or something. Maybe you want to have 5 more years of that to bump off the 5 years when you weren't earning as much money. So those are some of the things. The other one is the spousal benefit. See, you can either get your benefit or an amount equal to half of your spouse's. So even if you have a stay-at-home mom that didn't pay any quarters into Social Security, she's entitled to half of his. And the last benefit is the survivor benefit. And the survivor benefit's pretty easy. Whoever has the highest benefit, that's the survivor benefit. So if her benefit is higher and she dies, he'll get hers. If his benefit is higher and he dies, she'll get his. So the highest one goes to the survivor. You can take survivor benefits as early as age 60. Not 62, even earlier if there are minor children in the home. It will be reduced if you take it early. But a couple things you can do. You can start with the survivor benefit at age 60, let your own benefit grow till age 70 and then switch to that one. Or if it works out better, you can start with yours at age 62 and then switch to the higher survivor benefit at age 66. So those are the strategies. Now there are 3 other strategies that I just want to touch on. The first one is file and suspend. Now, file and suspend works good if you have a married couple with very different incomes. Maybe the husband made the majority of the money, the wife was in and out of the workforce. And the way this works is at age 66, the husband will file for benefits. He won't take them. He'll file and suspend. Why does he do that? Because she can step into the spousal of half of his. He lets his continue to grow till age 70, and at age 70 he gets the maximum, and then when he dies she'll get that as a survivor benefit. Now that has been changed so that you must turn 66 and file and suspend by April 29th of 2016. If you do not turn 66 and file and suspend by April 29th, 2016, you no longer have that benefit available to you. The second benefit is file a restricted application. That's good if you have a power couple. Let's say that she says she's going to take her benefits at age 66. He was going to wait anyway till 70. Well, while he's waiting, he can file a restricted application to get an amount equal to half of hers. So he gets a check between 66 and 70, but it's half of hers. And then he lets his grow to the maximum, and then he can take that. To file a restricted application, you now must turn age 62 by December 31st of 2015. If you do not turn age 62 by December 31st of 2015, you cannot file a restricted application. And the last one is collect on your ex. If you were married at least 10 years, divorced at least 2 and not remarried, you can collect on your ex's Social Security benefit, and there are many people who don't know about that one.
That's a huge one. Survivor benefits on the ex as well as
yes.
One of the spouses dying could be the cash flow you've been looking for.
Yeah, and I would encourage people to go back and look at some of our Social Security ones where we dig deeper into these. We just kind of hit it cursory today.
And check out our archives. We have a ton on this with Tony. Well, for more information on the new changes to Social Security and how you can maximize your clients' benefits, just click on the landing page address in the video description. And for more information on our shows, seminars, and workshops, don't forget to just follow us out on social media or visit us out on our website. I'm Steve Savant. We'll see you next time on Thought Leaders. And remember, keep thinking outside the box.